रही है।
Famously said, the idea of waiting for something makes it more exciting. There are no people queuing outside, no lines that you could see, no audience in this studio. They're all hashtag together at home, socially distancing, staying healthy, flattening the curve. Here's the new normal. Hours before the show, fans start to gather in front of their screens. They come from all parts of the world for this, for the spectacle. While waiting, they enthusiastically chat on forums and community WhatsApp groups. For most of you, is not your first rodeo, is it? No.
Big empty room. There's obviously no audience in the studio today. And we're not going to awkwardly pretend like we're talking to an auditorium full of thousands of people. No, instead, in true OnePlus fashion, we're coming from multiple locations around the world, talking directly to you, watching us online from the safety and comfort of your homes. So let's get started. A lot has happened since we brought you the OnePlus 7 and 7T series last year. You may have seen OnePlus products on best of lists all over the place, with so many reviewers calling any one of our different phones the best phone of the year. We also earned the biggest awards for smartphone innovation at CES and MWC, and these examples here are just the beginning. More and more users around the world are switching to OnePlus. We're the #4 premium smartphone company in the world, the #1 premium brand in India, and we were the fastest growing smartphone brand in the US in 2019. Not bad for a company that's just 6 years old. So I think it's fair to ask, what are we doing right? Well, for starters, since the beginning, OnePlus has had a unique bond with its community, which has now grown to more than 5.5 million members. 5.5 million members. If our community were a country, it would have the same population as Finland, which incidentally is where we launched with our first carrier partner, Elisa. The community is one of the most valued and important parts of OnePlus, really like an extension of the OnePlus family. And on the actual employed side of the OnePlus family, we have world-class teams of engineers, industrial designers, and software developers that work extremely hard to make our products compete head-to-head with the big dogs in the industry, and very often beat them. The pursuit of perfection and pushing the boundaries is in our blood. Our product teams have done some very impressive things over the years, and recently have introduced some of the biggest innovations in the smartphone industry. Last year, we were the first to introduce the world to a QHD+ 90Hz display in a smartphone. And a few months ago at CES, we unveiled our first concept phone, the OnePlus Concept 1, a device with color-shifting glass that makes the camera effectively invisible. And we've also been leading the charge on 5G. This is, after all, the next generation of mobile communications. Last year, we joined together with the carrier EE in the UK to release the OnePlus 7 Pro 5G, the first 5G phone in the UK on the first 5G network in the UK. And we've also had a chance to work very closely with T-Mobile to deliver one of the first 5G smartphones to tap into T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network, which offers wider and more reliable coverage reaching over 200 million people across America. We're so proud that the OnePlus 7T Pro 5G McLaren Edition launched alongside T-Mobile's nationwide network. Now, this is an awesome achievement for us, and we're so excited to continue our 5G partnership with T-Mobile.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Belter with T-Mobile. As Ryan mentioned, we've had a long-standing partnership with OnePlus. From being the first to bring OnePlus to the US, to our partnership last December when the Un-carrier launched 5G across the country, to today's news. Staying connected is more important than ever given the state of the world today, and we've seen this brought to life in the ways Americans are using devices on our network. Usage of educational apps, collaboration tools, gaming, and food delivery apps is up significantly as people stay connected to work, school, and family, all while staying home. It's a testament to the importance of providing reliable wireless connectivity across the country. We want to thank OnePlus for their important role in providing one of the first smartphones to tap into our nationwide 5G network. As T-Mobile and Sprint come together, we're proud to be well on our way to creating the world's best 5G network with partners like OnePlus. Thank you.
Now, this partnership has been essential in helping increase OnePlus's footprint in the US. Now you can buy our 5G devices through T-Mobile nationwide. And the results show. In the US, OnePlus is the third leading brand for 5G devices. So we'd like to take a moment here to thank T-Mobile. Over the past year, we have worked very closely with them as we developed our 5G smartphones in tandem with the innovative work T-Mobile has done to bring 5G to consumers across the nation. Our partnership has helped turn 5G from a promise for the future into something you can enjoy here and now. And that was just the beginning. We're increasing our investment in 5G research and development to bring everyone an even better experience in the future. OnePlus is all in 5G. And today, we're excited about an important milestone for OnePlus and for the industry that clearly demonstrates our commitment to helping usher in the 5G era. Today, we're bringing you a full lineup of premium, beautiful, powerful flagship 5G devices, the OnePlus 8 series.
एक ही कोई देख रहा है, कोई तो ही है।
And here it is, the OnePlus 8 Pro, the newest ultra premium phone in the flagship OnePlus 8 series. From design to display, from camera to performance, to OS, the most powerful product we've ever created. And also a thing of real beauty. You see, designers design smartphones to emotionally connect with us because the physical form of it gives us a reference point, something to look at, to point at, something tangible to fall in love with. The details of the finished product tell a story of the hundreds of iterations we've gone through to make it look beautiful and feel just right, of the countless tweaks our product teams have made to get it as close to perfect as possible. You pick up your phone more than 200 times a day, and every time we want you to feel like you're picking up a work of art. And that's why CMF, or color, material, and finish, is so important. It dictates how a phone will feel in your hands, which in turn will influence your feeling about the device. So let's look at the CMF of the OnePlus 8 Pro. It comes with a curved glass back. And of course, we offer a beautiful glossy finish, but the matte frosted glass option is really something amazing. Now, some of you may remember the silk white version of the OnePlus One. It really did have a memorable feeling in the hand. That's the feeling we wanted to bring back. We increased the haze level in the glass finish to the highest level in the industry. The OnePlus 8 Pro is silky smooth to the touch. And now for the colors. We have options for you, ultramarine blue and onyx black. But you've seen black and blue phones from OnePlus before. Well, there's a new option for you this time. Glacial green. You may have seen it on some leaked renders, but I assure you it's so different when you see it in real life. It's so fresh. It's one of those colors where you may think, I'm probably more of a black or blue kind of person. I can never have such a bold color. But then you see it, and you suddenly change your mind. It's vivid during the daytime and soothing in the evening. And with that silky matte frosted feel, you won't want to put it down. Now, you may have already noticed the punch hole front facing camera. Well, there's a reason that we went with that. It really does make the phone feel lighter. And at only 3.8 millimeters in diameter, you'll hardly even notice it's there. And you know we listen to your feedback, right? So one of the things you've asked for is an IP rating. Well, guess what? The OnePlus 8 Pro is IP68 rated. But what do you think is the most important part of a smartphone? Your display, obviously. You look at, touch, or swipe on your screen 2,000 times a day, on average. So the screen you're looking at better be a true feast for your eyes. The OnePlus 8 Pro has the highest spec display in the universe. Well, at least on the planet Earth. But not only will it meet all of your daily needs, but when you play games, watch movies, scroll through your social media feeds, trust us, it will blow your mind. Now, if you were paying attention to OnePlus news earlier this year, you'll already know that we were planning to bring you a 120 Hz display. And it's finally here. The OnePlus 8 Pro comes with a 6.7-inch screen with QHD Plus resolution at 513 pixels per inch. And it can get super bright. It can hit 4,096 different levels of brightness, with a peak brightness of up to 1300 nits. We've also added sensors on the front and the back of the OnePlus 8 Pro for the smoothest automatic brightness adjustment we've ever had on a OnePlus device. Seriously guys, this is one of the best displays you'll find on any smartphone. But don't just take our word for it. We gave the OnePlus 8 Pro to DisplayMate, the leading authority in display quality testing, to see if this was all hype or if it really is one of the best displays. Now, first of all, DisplayMate doesn't test just any smartphone display. They only test the absolute best. They gave the OnePlus 8 Pro their Best Smartphone Display Award with DisplayMate's highest ever display performance grade of A+. And more impressively, it set or matched 13 performance records, more records than any other smartphone. I mean, look at this list of records. It really speaks for itself. And when you get the OnePlus 8 Pro in your hands, another thing that will speak for itself is the amount of color you'll see. The OnePlus 8 Pro display supports 10-bit color depth. That means instead of seeing the same 16 million colors you would get in most smartphones, we're bringing you 1 billion colors. With a B. This makes images and HDR videos richer, more colorful, and much more lifelike. So yes, you're getting way more color than before, but you're also getting much more honest color than before. It all comes down to JNCD, or just noticeable color difference. Like your golf score, the lower the JNCD, the better. And we're the best. Any JNCD below 1 is imperceptible to the human eye. But we've taken it further. The OnePlus 8 Pro has a JNCD of 0.4, which means that the colors you see on your phone are practically identical to the same colors you see in real life. 120 Hertz. That's the refresh rate of the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, in very simple terms, that just means the display refreshes 2 times faster than a 60 Hertz display. But in reality, it feels infinitely smoother. So what does this actually look like? Well, it's pretty obvious. And it's also way more responsive. When you touch the display, the feedback is immediate, only 24.6 milliseconds. How do we make it so responsive? Well, first, the OnePlus 8 Pro has a 240 Hz touch sampling rate, which is great, but not enough. Our secret weapon is the OnePlus Smooth Chain. So we approach product development like a chain. Every link in this chain has to be strong and it has to work together, or else the chain's gonna break. Our end goal is to make sure our hardware and software work together as smoothly as possible. Now, most videos, unless directed by Ang Lee, are not shot at 120 FPS. They're shot at either 24 FPS or 30 FPS. So how can you take full advantage of this gorgeous 120 Hz fluid display? The answer can be found on something as small as a grain of rice. It's our custom MEMC chip. MEMC means motion estimate motion compensation. Basically, it inserts 1 or more additional frames after each original frame in the video to make it look much smoother. You can choose either 60 FPS or 120 FPS, or you can even turn it off in the settings. "120Hz QHD fluid display, A+ rating, 1 billion colors, best smartphone display in the universe." I mean, what more could you possibly ask for? How about an amazing camera? With the OnePlus 8 Pro, we're giving you just that. In fact, this is the biggest camera upgrade we've ever delivered in a OnePlus phone. The OnePlus 8 Pro has a 48 megapixel main camera with a custom-made Sony sensor, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide lens with a full 120-degree field of view, a telephoto lens with 3 times hybrid and 30 times digital zoom, and a unique color filter camera. This is the first ever quad camera setup on a OnePlus phone. We worked together with Sony on a custom IMX689 sensor, the largest and most high-tech sensor we've ever used. Now, the bigger the sensor in your camera, the more light it receives, which decreases noise and increases dynamic range. And dynamic range is especially important to give your images more detail. Now, like I just mentioned, this sensor is super high tech. It has dual native ISO, which is usually found in professional cinema cameras and reduces noise in low light. It also has 2x2 on-chip lens, which gives you the power to detect horizontal, vertical, and diagonal textures to give you more accurate focus, even in the dark. Now check out the detail and the color in these sample shots. And then there's the ultra-wide camera. Now you can get a much wider 120-degree field of view. Unlike most other ultra-wides, the OnePlus 8 Pro doesn't compromise on image quality. We've used the flagship level Sony IMX586 sensor, which gives it 48 megapixels, just like the main camera. Now that is the most in any smartphone ultra-wide camera. And most impressive with 48 megapixels, you can also get much more detail even when you zoom in. Now that larger sensor has another advantage too, and that's ultra-wide night shots. Now you can get clear, sharp images even in the dark, just like in this comparison with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The OnePlus 8 Pro also has a telephoto lens with 3 times hybrid and 30 times digital zoom. And we've also added a fourth camera on the OnePlus 8 Pro, a unique color filter camera that enables you to express the artist within through lighting effects and filters. Okay, but enough about the photos. How about video? Nobody wants a shaky video. So the OnePlus 8 Pro is equipped with hybrid image stabilization, combining OIS and EIS for much more stable videos. And we've also included 3 high-precision microphones that reduce noise when shooting video to capture clear stereo audio. We also have audio zoom, which lets you zoom in on the sounds you want to amplify, and audio windscreen, which automatically minimizes wind sounds when you're recording. And when you're shooting a video, lighting is one of the biggest challenges. And with backlight, it's practically impossible to get a clear face and a clear background at the same time. But with 3 HDR technology, we've solved that problem for you. With its advanced sensor, the OnePlus 8 Pro can weave together 3 different exposures into one frame with a higher dynamic range, filling in both shadow and well-lit areas for clearer, more colorful details. Now this was recorded with an iPhone 11 Pro Max, which some people claim has the best dynamic range in any smartphone. And this is from the OnePlus 8. An improved haptic motor with stronger vibration will bring your games to life. 4,510 milliamp hours. That's the size of the OnePlus 8 Pro battery, and it's the biggest battery in any OnePlus device, ever. 10% bigger than the OnePlus 7T Pro. And with Warp Charge 30T, you can go from 0 to 60% power in just half an hour. I mean, that's great, but you'll be very happy to know that we're finally giving you another way to charge your phone. Say hello to Warp Charge 30 Wireless. Now it took us some time, but we're finally here thanks to 2 major technological innovations. First is a series of isolated charging pumps, which allows for higher charging power at 30 watts. And second is our Warp Wireless direct charging architecture, which uses a customized chip to better communicate between the wireless charging dock and your phone to improve charging efficiency. And better yet, it supports reverse charging, so you can use the OnePlus 8 Pro to charge some of your accessories. Warp Charge 30 Wireless is really fast. You can get 50% power in just 30 minutes. But again, don't just take our word for it. See for yourself.
मिनट्स में 3%